Then let's look at the labels, printing labels. How will these letters go? If they are going by email, there is no problem at all. But if they're going by post, we normally require the labels to be printed. We normally require the labels for printing. So they have to be pasted on the envelope, which is going to go by post. So I go to labels, click on file, starting with labels, click on file, and then go to new. And then you've got an option called labels over here. So click on labels. You will find it shows labels and then it shows the database. The database selected over here is addresses 2. I want to change it to addresses 3. Or if you want to change to any other addresses, you can select that, or any other database you have created, you can select that. I have created addresses 3, so I will select that. Once you select the database, you have to select the table within the database. So click on this spreadsheet in that. So select that. The moment you have selected that, you will find that the values in the database field has already been populated. Click on this database field. You will find roll number, name, class, address, class teacher as per your database, your table. Click on roll number. After you select the first field, click on this arrow. It goes to that place. So you want the roll number of the child to come, and then you want the name of the child to come on the next line. So again, press enter, go to the next field and select name. Press this arrow key. It gets selected for printing. Then press enter and select the class. Press the arrow key so it gets selected. Press enter and then you want the address to come. Press the arrow key, it gets selected. I don't want the teacher name to come over here, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. Then the next option is, how do you want this label to come? Now it is selected over here, every A4. Now you want the same style, or you want to change the style. You've got some other brand. You can select that particular brand if you want. But I just leave it as it is. The configuration right now is that each label is going to be 3.1 inches by 1.83 inches. And you're going to have 2 by 6. That means on one page you're going to have 2 by 6. If you want to change that, you can change that type from here and you can change to something else. Now this is the type has been changed. If you want to change to some other type, you can change it. So you can select different type from here. That's it. I will just go back to 2 by 6 itself. Now we move on to the next option over here in format. In format, it shows how each label is going to appear. This is going to be the left margin, top margin, and the width and height of the label. In case you want to make any changes to the width, height of the label, the top margin, left margin, how many columns you want, how many rows you want, all those things you can change. Right now, there are 6 rows and 2 columns. I want to leave it as it is. Then you've got options. In options, you can select how do you want these labels to be printed. Right now, whatever is the printer you have installed, it will automatically select that. But if you don't want that printer, you could just go to setup and you can change the printer from here. I don't want these labels to be printed right now directly on the printer. I want them to be printed in PDF format or to be printed in file format. So I just select Microsoft Print to PDF and click on OK. So now this is going to be printed in document, not directly printed on the printer. So I have already set. Synchronize content is important for you. If you have not selected synchronize content, then the changes which you make on the label, they will not be reflected to all the labels. When you select synchronize content, if you make changes to any one label, they will automatically reflect to all the labels. But if you have not synchronized contents, then you will have to individually go to each label on the sheet and make changes. So whatever changes you're making in the label, that will not be synchronized if you have not selected this synchronized content, and you will have to go to each label and make changes. I go back to labels. and I click on new document. So this is going to now generate a new document for you. You will find that the labels are automatically generated. So right now what it is showing is addresses 3 dot sheet1 dot role. Now what does that mean? It means that addresses 3 is the name of the database, sheet 1 is the name of the table, and role is the name of the field which is going to come at this place. This is how your label is going to be. You're going to have addresses 3, sheet 1, name. So the name of the child will come on the next line. Then the class of the child will come, and then the address will come. So like this, your label is going to be printed. Now you just need to print this synchronized label. How it is useful? If you're going to make any changes over here and you click on synchronize labels, you will find that it automatically gets reflected on all the labels. Otherwise, you will have to sit and make changes to all the labels. Now I'm going to press Ctrl P to print this particular document. I click on yes, and it shows the database, the table. These are all the records which I have. Is this the table? Yes. And I want to print all of them. Where do I want the output? I want the output in the form of a file, or you want the output in the form of a printer. So whatever you want, you can just select that. My labels are generated. So I select, I want it in Microsoft PDF to print, and I click on print. Where do I want to save it? Or I will save it in the class 10 itself. I give the name for this, printing labels, and I click on save. My file has been saved. I just go to my file explorer and I open printing labels. You will find that the labels are printed and they are ready. I just have to cut and paste them on the envelope and then send the letters. So this is how you can do mail merging and labels to speed up your office work.